Hello, rock stars, and welcome back for our final bonus call of the Quilting Plan Challenge. My name is Holly and Knight of String and Story, and it's my job to guide you to quilt with confidence. And rock stars, we are live from the QuiltCon setup floor. I am here in the booth. We very nearly have everything together. You can see I've got flat Havana up behind me. We've got bundles and kits, and we're just starting to set up our make and take session where we're going to be helping rock stars just like you get started on their free motion quilting journeys this week. Now, y'all, today is very special because we get to take a look at the work that you have been doing as we've been going through the challenge this week. And let me tell you, all of you who took the time to submit your photos, I'm so excited to get to share your work with everyone. Before we get started, give a holler in the comments and let me know that you are here with me. I see Mom KR1 over in West Grove, Pennsylvania, Robin in Maryland, and Grandma Crafter in Michigan, Carrie Quilts from Snow Blizzard, Alberta, Canada. That sounds so cold, Rockstar. It's actually really lovely here today, which is nice. Hello, Charlotte in Denmark. And of course, Jan, it is wonderful to see you. Thank you for taking the time to be here. So let's dive in and take a little bit of time celebrating you. And then I have a few more stories for you from different rock stars who are members of crew. And of course, that special invitation to Quilting Rockstar University, which Ashley just said, hi, Holly Ann, see you at QuiltCon this weekend. Ashley joined crew this week and she's coming up to her very first QuiltCon and we get to admire one of her quilts today. So let's dive in, y'all. Welcome to our Quilting Rockstar Show and Yell. Now, this works exactly like a show and tell, except I'm very loud. So naturally, we are yelling. That's the only way to do this. And before we get started, I always love to talk about the qualities of a quilting rock star. There are an amazing number of things that tie us together. Our Quilting Rockstar community is very diverse. We have all ages, from kiddos all the way up. Thelma was on our Zoom last night. She's 91, pushing 92, right? We've got folks from all over the world, from every background, and yet there are things that tie us together. And that includes some of these qualities of the Quilting Rockstar. You have a willingness to do the work, to make progress on your quilting skills, right? When we get started learning something new, we don't magically know how to do it right away. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take some perseverance. And you've already demonstrated by spending time together with me this weekend that you have what it takes to be a quilting rock star and be able to confidently finish your own quilts. You have dedication to giving yourself grace when practice is messy. It is hard to be a beginner. As adults, we are not often brand new baby beginners anymore. And so taking the time to start from square one and build your skills brick by brick, sometimes some of the bricks fall over, right? And being able to have that self-grace to know it's all still part of the journey is a beautiful and powerful skill. You have joy in celebrating accomplishments and finished projects, right? Done is better than perfect. And we have big celebration energy for getting things done. And that's what we're going to be doing today, right? Celebrating some things that have gotten done, things that have made progress. We have a commitment to encouraging others on their journeys. I love the way that y'all have shown up for each other, even just in these last few days, right? Some of y'all have met for the very first time via the internet over the last week. And the kind words and encouragement and support that you've spoken over one another is powerful. And of course, there's a delight in that camaraderie of our quilting community, and getting to tell funny stories and share different parts of our journey, and even things like being able to give you a little sneak peek into the QuiltCon booth, right? These are all part of that community that we find great joy in. I love that these are things that tie us together as well. I love these qualities within each of you. I think they're incredibly admirable. I think one of the things that's most powerful about them is these aren't just quilting qualities, right? These are life skills. These are character qualities. These are who we are as people. I think that's amazing. You're each so incredible. I see that Catherine has joined in Iowa, Ron in Sonata, and Roseanne. It is so good to see y'all. Welcome, welcome. Without further ado, let's take a look at your projects that you've been working on this week and celebrate y'all. First up, we have Norma Barrington. Norma says, this is a mosaic star, which Brittany is right next door to us, actually, with custom quilting using curves, switchbacks, and sashing. It looks amazing, Norma. I love this dark background. I love the prints that you chose. This looks fabulous and well done on your quilting, especially taking the time to custom quilt it. Well done, Rockstar. Robin Lockhart says, this is my own design, started in 2025 for my teenage granddaughter. Queen size, center of each large square is hand knotted, and the remainder is straight stitched. Well done, Robin. I love that you chose those contrasting textures to show off in this quilt. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Karen Rossi says, this is a thank you quilt that I'll be quilting for an elderly woman who donated her stash to our quilt guild. It was in her collection of stuff and appears to have been purchased in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at a quilt auction. We're using her fabric to make little dresses for Africa and quilts for foster kids. I've been practicing switchbacks because that's what I plan on quilting in the orange sashing. Any ideas for the white blocks, which are made of eyelet fabric? I was thinking of tying each block. You absolutely could tie them. You could also do a fun little kind of loopy meander in the corners, like what I was showing during the masterclass around the Star Island. That would look really great as well. Karen, this is lovely. One of my favorite things about the quilting community is the way that the quilting community uses its superpowers for good. Right? The quilting community is for each other. It is for people. It is for supporting each other. Whether that's making lovely dresses for kiddos on the other side of the world, or making quilts for kids in foster care, or the way that there's always quilt drives after natural disasters to make sure that people have a way to stay warm and feel loved. There's some real magic in that. I really love it. Let's see, Margot, it's good to see you. Margot, I'm in your neck of the woods. Are you making it down to Raleigh for QuiltCon, Margot? And if you have not planned to come, how do I change those plans so that I get to see you in person? Because I would really like that. That would make me very happy. Karen also said, this is a practice for the switchbacks. Oh, this looks fabulous, Karen. Meandering down on my domestic machine, I found switchbacks to be square with squared ends to be much easier. Yes, and then it looks a lot like piano keys. That looks really awesome. Also, I think my meander looks like octopi. Still working on that. Hey, octopi meanders, that gets the job done, and it looks super cool. I love the contrasting textures here. Well done, Karen. I agree, Jan. Quilters are so kind. Christina says, this is one of my first quilt tops. This was the one we were looking at last night, Christina. It looks awesome. She said, I didn't follow a pattern. I just played around with some fabric strips. I made 4 patches, sewed them together, added borders. It's been sitting around for at least a year until I dared to start quilting it. I first tried machine quilting last August and have finished a few small quilts. I'm hoping to finish this one soon. Thank you for the free class. It's been really helpful. It's giving me the incentive to practice so that I can finish my pile of quilt tops. I want to practice on 2 more quilts before I tackle quilting my husband's birthday quilt, which is almost 2 months late at this point. Christina, you're going to be there in no time. And this looks lovely, Rockstar. I love the cross hatching that you did in the center. I know you've got plans for those borders. Brilliant work. Huzzah. Ashley says, Valentine's table runner from the in-person class at the shop. So this was really fun because Ashley, let's see, you made your little quilt for Lydia, your cat. Is this, other than that, is this your first actual quilt? Is that correct? She did a great job, by the way, y'all. We pieced this on a Thursday night and Saturday morning to early afternoon. And look how darling those heart blocks look. I love it. Brilliant work, Ashley. Huzzah. Robin says, this is a table topper that I did with my mini mystery 50 group. So cool. Oh, and I love your quilting plan. I'm going to lean in so I can see it. I love the switchbacks. I love the meander. That looks beautiful, Robin. I am so excited for you to get this all quilted and to get to see it done. Well done. Huzzah. Carrie Kennedy says, I wanted to practice a meander, so I made a project bag that I needed badly. It's a low stakes project and give me the opportunity to find out how many needles I could break. Oh, Carrie, I hope it was a finite number. And I hope you figured it out. I hope you figured out what was causing the breaks so that you're not continuing to break needles. But your project bag looks amazing. And that is a perfect way to practice a new motif, is to have a low stakes project. So it is useful if it turns out the way that you're hoping, but it's not a whole lot of pressure that if something goes kind of sideways, like it's not going to make or break your project bag if your meander's a little cattywampus. Gorgeous work, Carrie. I love it. Jan, you're going to have to make a trip and come to a class. I'm just saying. You're going to have to make that happen at some point. Lori says, heart-shaped log cabin design with my granddaughter's favorite colors, teal and black. The cat prints indicate our love of cats. I use meander inside the heart and switchbacks in the border and the white spaces. This looks beautiful, Lori. Also, what a fun log cabin pattern. I really love how that looks. Your granddaughter's a lucky gal. Great work, Lori. Well done. Huzzah. each of you who submitted pictures, and I know many more of you who did not have a chance to send pictures in, have been working hard over the last week, and your work is beautiful. I hope, and if this is true of you, I hope you'll drop something down in the chat. I hope that each of you sees how much progress you've made, even in less than a week, right? Just 5 days time, you've moved projects. Some of you have moved projects across the finish line. Some of you have taken them from being, stagnant or waiting for your attention to there's a plan of action that you're ready to move forward with. That's incredible. And I want you to continue that momentum with me inside of Crew. Quilting Rockstar University is going to be your next step, and it's decision time. Are you jumping into Crew? Are you going to join us and continue getting to work with your fellow Rockstars and with me to grow your skills and finish those quilts? Or are you going to keep putting it off until later? Now, I know I'm biased, but I'm just going to say you've tried the putting it off till later thing. And based on what y'all told me during our very first call together, you're all kind of sick of that choice, right? It means that quilts aren't getting done. Your loved ones aren't getting snuggled. The pile is continuing to get higher. The overwhelm is growing. So let me tell you about Quilting Rockstar University so that you can jump in with me and continue what you've already started learning and the energy you've already started building. Inside Quilting Rockstar University, you'll finish your quilts. You've heard time and time again this week from Rockstars who have had incredible results. Jan and Carolyn have finished 50 plus projects each, and Jan is here with us live right now. Someone has finished over 70. Someone has not been able to join us because she's en route to QuiltCon, so I get to see her. And Susan's quilt count is over 100. Susan was with us during the masterclass, I think. One of them. I saw her this week. Quilting Rockstar University gives you the education, accountability, and community you need to make your quilting plans a reality and to finish those flimsies. And just as a little side quest, we did this exercise live one time and I want to run through it again. Let's conservatively estimate that if Susan had sent all of those projects out to be long arm, that they would have been, let's say what my minimum's $50 if I'm going to long arm something, no matter how, it could be a 5-inch square. If I'm long arming it for you, it's $50, right? That's $5,000. And we all know that 97 of those projects would have cost more than $50, right? Think of the savings of being able to quilt those herself, but also the gains, the joy unit gains of not having to wait for stuff to get quilted, not have to worry about budgeting to send things out to the long armor. These are life-changing numbers, right? Jan says, this is so cool. I live in Tennessee. I would love to come see the shop. Yes. Oh my gosh. And okay, so you're not coming to see us, Margot. That's okay. Soon we will see you. Okay. But what if you don't join, right? If you don't join, you can say, well, that was fun. Maybe I'll work on this more later. That's an easy thing to say. But down that path is going to be more frustration, okay? Not knowing what to quilt where, not knowing how you're finishing those quilts, not making progress, and watching those quilt tops, those flimsies continue to pile high. It's a lot less joy units that way, if you ask me, So there's always going to be an excuse. Life is always going to be busy. You're always going to doubt yourself at the beginning, and it might feel overwhelming. But as we've proven this week together, action cures fear. Think of where y'all started at the beginning of our time together. I remember we talked about how nervous everyone felt and how uncertain you felt, and look at the ground that you've gained in just these few days, right? So Quilting Rockstar University is ready and waiting for you. Margot says, I always enjoy seeing our community's quilts. Jump into Crew. Seriously, it's the best ever. You'll always be learning something new, even after you finish the courses. Also, the support from Holly and her staff, as well as our amazing community, is unbeatable. I will never regret it. Margot, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I hope that every Rockstar here listens to your wisdom. So inside Crew, you're going to have access to all of my digital courses. These are the courses that each teach a different skill that you need to have a comprehensive knowledge of how to finish your quilts. Free Motion Quilting Academy teaches free motion quilting. Ruler Quilting Academy teaches ruler quilting. Custom Quilting Academy deep dives into how to create custom quilting plan. And if you are on a long arm preparatory is going to get you past that long arm anxiety and feeling confident with your machines so that you can make better progress finishing those quilts. It also includes live support, exactly like what you've experienced over the last week. It's going to include custom quilting masterclasses, sit and sews, live Q&A sessions, and a vibrant online community where you can share pictures, ask questions, and connect with one another in between all of our other sessions. Quilting Rockstar University is a monthly membership, so you can join at any time. You can cancel your membership if life lifes, and it's only $37 a month. We just did that math on the long arming. The value that you get from joining Quilting Rockstar University is over the moon, both in terms of the skills that you're going to learn, but also the community you're going to connect with and the momentum it will build so that you have finished quilts. Jan says, this is the best gift I gave myself. I've learned so much and met so many great ladies. Margot is one of them. You'll never feel alone, and you're never alone. The support from everyone is amazing. Huzzah. I agree. So Megan says, I love the permission to play that we foster inside Crew. Great videos show us how to do each motif, and I really thought this would be difficult, but once I got going, it really isn't that hard. That momentum is magic, y'all. I'm telling you. Practice is fun. You give us the confidence to get past our fears and get started, and I really enjoyed the class. Francie Joe says, I went from a beginner to intermediate quilter during Free Motion Quilting Academy. Before I started, I could not make curved lines at all, and now I love making curvy motifs. The support, encouragement from Holly Ann and the other rock stars is so helpful. It is worth every penny. And Sandra says, I loved Hack's enthusiastic support and teaching style, the supportive environment that is cultivated, and the permission not to be perfect. I agree. Elizabeth says, I love your videos. You explain things clearly. You're inspiring. And I love that you sometimes have a bobble, but you keep going. That means I can too. Your Q&A sessions are fun, and your enthusiasm is contagious. And finally, Margot and Jan have already shared their thoughts with us here today. Here are some thoughts that they've shared in the past. The bottom line is that we would love for you to join inside Quilting Rockstar University. Doors are open now. What's really great about joining right after we do the Quilting Plan Challenge is we're going to be doing a group orientation session. So you'll be able to get started with the folks that you've met this week and keep that momentum going in a really special way that's different than if you try to jump in at another time. So if you are ready to join Quilting Rockstar University, I am sharing that link down in the chat. Our membership is a step-by-step support system with access to all of our courses and a community to help you confidently free motion and ruler quilt your projects on the machine you already have. You don't need a long arm, but if you do, we're going to make sure you know how to use it. Whatever machine you're on, we're going to make sure you know how to feel confident getting those quilts done. So Rockstars, thank you so much for all the time that you spent with me this week. We would love to welcome you into our global and diverse and incredibly skilled community. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your work. It's been really fun to celebrate your wins as we've gone along this week, and I look forward to seeing you inside of Crew. Huzzah! Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Now, I'm going to scoot in just a second because I got to finish helping set up this booth. But before I do, if you are here, if you have any questions about Crew, please type those in the chat. I'm going to scroll up and make sure that I didn't miss any comments. And from the bottom of my heart, it means so much that y'all carve out time to be with me for these lives. Jan says, Francie Joe is amazing. I agree wholeheartedly. Jan says, this was the biggest gift to myself. I love it. Dun, 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 dun. Jan says, the classes at the shop are so fun. I've done a few small project classes and I'm signed up for the upcoming quilting classes. Roseanne says, all the submissions are very inspiring. Thank you for sharing. Yes, amen. Huzzah, huzzah. Happy QuiltCon, my dear rock stars. If you think of questions, you can always reach out at hello@stringandstory.com. Otherwise, I will see some of you here at QuiltCon this week, and I'll see some others of you inside of Crew. This has been such a special weekend. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.